So you're thinking about moving to Plano, Texas. Well, you might want to grab your favorite beverage and maybe the popcorn while you're at it, because this is going to be the most thorough and maybe longest video on Plano, maybe ever. But for all the right reasons, of course. Today, we are covering the top 8 neighborhoods in Plano, Texas. We're going to start out on the map, give you the bird's eye view, show you what's in and around that area, and give you an overview of the neighborhood. And then we're going to take you on a driving tour. We shot a lot of good footage driving around each and every one of these neighborhoods so that you can see firsthand what the houses look like, what the neighborhoods look like, what are the amenities around town, right? So we put a lot of work into this one, so we hope you enjoy it, and we're getting into it right now. Hey ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to learn more about what it's like living in Dallas, Texas, well, this is the channel that helps you do that. So I invite you to subscribe down below. Make sure you tap the bell for notifications so that you can stay up to date on the current market here in Dallas, Texas. We drop new videos every single week. My name is Jimmy, your local born and raised real estate expert advisor, and we're getting tons of calls and emails every single day from people just like you who are ready to make that move here in Dallas, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about buying or selling here in the Dallas area, be sure to reach out so that we can make a tailor-made game plan just for you. Now, as mentioned, today we're covering the top 8 neighborhoods in Plano, Texas. And of course, we've done the top neighborhoods in Frisco as well, and McKinney and Irving, and we've vlogged just about every suburb there is in the entire DFW Metroplex. So, again, if you're looking to make a move, this channel has you covered. But hey, grab that favorite beverage. Again, this is going to be a long one, and get comfortable, and let's dive into it. All right, let's do this. So for those of you who this is your first video that you're watching about Plano, Texas, what I want to do is give you a mercifully brief introduction into, what is Plano all about? What's going on in Plano? And for those of you who have maybe already watched a video or 3 about Plano, who knows? I might say something that you haven't heard before, right? So one thing I can promise you, though, is I will be brief. But I do want to start out with a story that should give you a little bit more context to, how Plano became what it is today. And that story starts down here in downtown Dallas, okay? And, what happened was when the oil boom hit and it really came to Dallas, Highland Park, University Park, that's when those two became what it is today. And then it was really kind of a concentrated migration north has ensued ever since, right? And so that's when, Preston Hollow became what it is. North Dallas, far North Dallas, Carrollton, Richardson, Plano, of course, that we're gonna go take a deep dive into today, and then Frisco, which many of you have probably heard of, topping the list of literally the #1 city that people want to move to in the United States here for the last couple of years, really, right? McKinney as well has been at the top of many of those lists. Prosper, which is off the map currently, but you get the point, right? So Plano, what's happened in Dallas is, each one of these suburbs, as we go more north and north and north, each one of them has taken the lessons from the suburb to the south of it and improved upon it, right? So, Frisco, for example, everybody wants to be in Frisco, right? And well, guess where Frisco got many of its ideas? Plano, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you like Frisco, you're probably going to like Plano as well, okay? But just to give you kind of an idea here, I mean, Plano is huge, okay? As you can see, this is a good chunk of land right here, and it is probably, I don't know this for sure, but I would venture to guess that it is, if not the biggest, it's definitely up there of biggest suburbs as far as land mass goes in all of DFW here. So there is just shy of 300,000 people in Plano right here, okay? 60% of the population does own their home, which does mean 40% does rent, but here's why. Plano, very, very strong job market. You have a number of industries represented just in Plano alone. And so what that means is a lot of young professionals come to Plano, live in Plano, and they're not ready to buy a house just yet. And so they're renting. You got some nice apartments in Plano, and so it is a very suburban feel, but with a very, very strong job market. Of course, Plano, in conjunction with Frisco, is projected to have more square footage of office space than downtown Dallas in the next 5 years, right? So, Plano's got a lot going on, and of course, when you're neighbors with Frisco, there's a lot to love there as well. Okay, but the median home price in Plano is $360,000. Okay, so pretty affordable. I mean, you are getting a good bang for your buck in Plano. Yes, it's a popular place, but you are getting a good deal, all things considered, when we're talking about Plano. And we'll dive into some of the neighborhoods and some of those details here later on if you stick around. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, those are all the numbers. You've got some great schools as well. That was really one of the main reasons why everybody wanted to work down here and live up here, so that their kids could go to school at some of the great schools over here in Plano. Ranked in the top 10 still in all of DFW. So great schools really across the board up here in Plano. You've got some great options. Okay, we'll dive into some of that a little bit more as well as we go. But let's talk about the highways here, because this is a point that you will want to know about or be aware of. You are surrounded by, of course, you got SRT or 121, Sam Rayburn Tollway. You will find out many of the highways in DFW have multiple different names. Not to worry though, you'll pick up on it pretty quick there. So you got SRT, that is a tollway to the north of you. You've got Dallas North Tollway, or just the Tollway, or DNT. Nobody really calls it DNT, but the tollway going north and south right here on the west side of you. You've got Bush Turnpike right there, George Bush Turnpike, the Turnpike, right there to the south of you. All three of these are tollways. Okay, now you do have Highway 75. This is a freeway over here on the east side. Just be prepared. Right now, really, the truth is, anywhere you end up in DFW, you're going to want to have a toll tag anyway, okay? Just because, if you're going to go through a toll, it's cheaper and faster to have a toll tag. And of course, for any of our clients who buy a home with us, and, we've got that DTL moving checklist where, we show you how to get a toll tag. It's very simple, pretty straightforward stuff. But of course, we can help you out with that if you need. Okay. So you're going to be about, doesn't matter which highway you take, you'll be about 20, maybe 25 minutes away from downtown Dallas down here, by the way. So, if you want to catch a Mavs game like I did last night, shout out to my boys for getting a big W last night. Mavs play at the American Airlines Center. The Dallas Stars play down there as well. So if you want to catch one of those games, you can do that. You've got, about the same amount of time to get over to the airport right here. Really nice having an international airport. A lot of non-stop flights, pretty good fare prices as well. We're not having to go cross country since we're right in the middle of the country, right? So, no 4-hour flights, right? It's 2 hours to each coast. Really easy, right? But you can take 121 there, or you can take George Bush 635 and get over there. Okay. And then the Cowboys and Rangers, you got Six Flags over here. Cowboys, Rangers are right there where I'm making that dot. That's going to be, I would budget probably 45 minutes to get over there. Maybe an hour depending on, what day the game is on, and what time, of course. But that's kind of the deal on the sports. So yeah, listen, if you like sports, Dallas is one of the, I believe it's 4 or 5 cities in the nation that has all the major sports covered. So if you're a sports fan, Dallas can be a very nice home for you. Okay, but let's see, am I missing anything? I don't think so, other than the neighboring towns. So of course, Frisco, we've mentioned, McKinney, Allen. And by the way, we'll have Well, Frisco is already out, the top neighborhood, so you can check out that video if you'd like. McKinney is on the way, and Irving as well, another one, close to the airport, close to Dallas. We'll talk about the best neighborhoods in Irving as well coming soon. Okay, so make sure you are subscribed down below. Tap the bell for notifications so that you can be notified when that video drops. Okay, you definitely don't want to miss it if you like this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into the neighborhood, the individual neighborhoods now. I'm gonna start at Pitman Creek right here, and then we're gonna go around in a circle and end on really largely considered the best neighborhood in all of Plano. Okay, so and I'll even show you the private airport that everybody uses out of Plano if that's what if you're curious about that as well. Okay, but you're definitely going to want to see that final neighborhood, that's for sure. But let's dive into Pitman Creek here first. So first of all, location wise, it doesn't get much better, right? So you've got the turnpike going east and west, and then you've got the freeway over here, 75, that can take you anywhere that you want to go. Okay, very nice to have that. Also, before I forget, so running parallel with 75, we do now. Dallas isn't really well known for its public transportation, okay, but we do have the DART rail. Okay, I've taken the DART rail out to the airport a few times. Yeah, it's pretty convenient when you need it, and but it doesn't go everywhere. Okay, so it's kind of confined to a few different spots. Luckily, over here in Plano, running parallel with 75, you have the DART rail, where one of my buddies actually used to live over here in Legacy West. We'll talk about that. Don't you worry. He would come over here to 75, jump on the DART right here, and he worked downtown. So he would come. That was his commute. He would take the DART train into downtown and walk to work, and then walk back home. They got the parking lot out here at the train station, and off you go, right? So if you don't feel like sitting in traffic, if you work downtown, if you're not working from home these days, right? But that certainly is an option, or hey, if you want to go to the Mavs game and you don't want to worry about all that, or if you're going to the state fair, right? It's state fair time coming up here, usually around my birthday, so that's always a good time to go down there as well. Okay, but so you do have that. But let's talk about immediately around Pitman Creek. They've got this really cool park right here, which I'll show you when we drive around the neighborhood. There's actually a lady out there throwing the frisbee with her dog. The dog, by the way, it looked like a bulldog, and it was maybe the most athletic bulldog I've ever seen. So make sure you check that out. They've got the creek, Pitman Creek, running straight through it as well. And the ladies, I'm sure you might have seen this East Mall parking over here. Well, yes, that is a mall. Okay, it's not called East Mall though. Well, at least to my knowledge, I know it is Collin Creek Mall. And so you can see the street, Collin Creek Mall Road right there. But that mall isn't as alive as it used to be. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so listen, if you want to do some shopping, ladies, you're gonna want to go down to North Park right here. That's really the hottest mall in all of Dallas. You've got Stonebriar up here as well, and you do have some over here at shops at Willow Bend as well, so we'll talk about some of that later on. But I don't want you to get too excited about a mall being within walking distance of you right here. But what they do have is quite a few restaurants and some stores around here. So you've got a good Chinese spot right there, Peruvian joint right there, McAllister's, some box stores and everything, Total Wine, Black Rifle Coffee. I know a lot of people love that. Genghis Grill, Chipotle, very important, right? And you got Planet Fitness, of course, the gym. So when you go to BJ's and you get that Pizookie for dessert, then you can come over to Planet Fitness and work that off in the morning, right? So La Madeleine, Raising Cane's, which, by the way, for all you Californians out there who love In-N-Out, listen, Raising Cane's is the In-N-Out but for chicken, basically. Okay, simple menu, but very, very good stuff. All right, so make sure to check that out when you're here. Okay, so and then across the street you've got your Home Depot over here. Yep, and I know let's talk, while we're talking food, we got to talk, groceries. So you got your Costco up here, right? So this is 15th right here, I believe. So, you take 15th, you go up 75 and you exit. Yeah. So you've got Park. Notice this, you've got Park and Parker. Okay. Park is first, Parker is more north. And so you take the Parker exit. So 2 exits and boom, you're at Costco. Okay. So if you're a Costco fan, you got that. But if you're a Sam's Club guy like I am, then you got Sam's over here. Same thing. Boom. Come off of Custer. And which one is this one? Waterview? No, what is this road? Yeah, that's Independence. Yeah. So Independence, Coit, boom, right there. You've got the Sam's Club. By the way, that particular Sam's Club, I just happen to know this. This is a random fact. Generally has the cheapest gas prices in town. Okay, so just so you're aware of that. All right. You've got your Central Market right there as well. LA Fitness, of course. But then if you need, more traditional groceries, you got your Kroger, your Walmart, Neighborhood Market right there. Tom Thumb. If Kroger isn't your jam, then Tom Thumb is right over there. So you've got, let's see, Costco, Sam's, Tom Thumb, Kroger, Walmart, Central Market. You got all that within really 2 blocks of you right here at Pitman Creek Estates. So a lot to love right there. And not to be, we're going to save the best for last here. So you've got the downtown Plano right here. So you see where it says Interurban Railway Museum. So 15th Street, 14th Street down in here. This is the original downtown Plano right here. So yeah, you can see the municipal court and police department right there. So you've got some brick roads down through here off of 15th to 14th. You got some really good restaurants. You got Urban Rio. You got the Uni Sushi joint, which I love. Twisted Root Burger. That's one of the best burgers in town right there for sure. So yeah, you've got a lot going on down there as well. Yeah, let me see. Anything else? Yeah. I did forget one. Ladies, you want to know about the Allen Outlets up here? That's another mall. Some outlet shopping right there. You can find some good deals out there. They got a Nike store, Lacoste store, all sorts of stores out there. So you can knock yourself out on a weekend. It does get packed on the weekend, so if you can't do it during the week, I would do it during the week, by the way. So, all right, well, that's a good little, oh, wait, yeah, how could I forget? The Farmstead Museum right here, by the way, this is an actual farm. It has been kind of condensed a little bit, but it's great for the kids. You can take them over here, you can pet the sheep and, just kind of see what it was like living in the old farm days. They got some Model Ts in there, the old fireplace. They got all sorts of stuff in there. So definitely cool to check that out. Yeah, the high school is right around here. Yeah, Plano Senior right there. You got a Liberty Park. If you need to hit a track workout, you can do that right there as well. So anyway, I think that should be enough on Pitman Creek. So let's jump in the car and let's take you for a spin. A hotspot for house flipping in the past decade, Pitman Creek Estates is another hidden gem of Plano. A well-established community, perfect for those in search of single-family homes. Pitman Creek Estates features large homes at reasonable prices, located in central Plano. Pitman Creek Estates is a short drive from great shopping outlets, plenty of fast food restaurants, and the Heritage Farmstead Museum. The neighborhood is also near the Collin Creek Mall, which is currently under major redevelopment. Not only is Pitman Creek Estates located near great local amenities, but the neighborhood also has easy nearby access to Plano's biggest freeways. Serviced by schools in the Plano Independent School District, Pitman Creek Estates has access to strong public schooling, and the median home sale price of Pitman Creek Estates homes is $399,000. All right, next up on the list, let's jump into Timber Brook up here on the north side of Oak Point Park. Again, you're really close to Highway 75. Of course, you're gonna have access to that dart rail, real easy as well. You've got the Sam's Club up here, Walmart right there, big time. You got the main event if you want to have some fun, some bowling, some laser tag. Man, I can't remember the last time I played laser tag. If any of y'all want to go play laser tag once you move to Timber Brook, let me know. All right, you got some golf at the course of Waters Creek. That's a beautiful golf course. I know a buddy who used to live at Waters Creek. They've got some this whole what do you call this up in here? Just they've got the first level is shopping, and then above that you have the apartments, right? They've got a little pond in here. It's a cool little place to come hang out. They've got this little grassy area. The kids go out there and just have a grand old time out there. And so you've got that right here next to you. But we got to talk about Oak Point Park, the nature preserve out here. I mean, listen, you've got trails for days. You've got creeks. You've got the fishing pond. You can do some catch and release out here. This is where they do the Plano Balloon Festival out here. So they do a little 5K. It might be a marathon as well. I forget. 5K, 10K for sure. Maybe a marathon out here. That's during the fall out there is when they do that. But it's really cool to see the hot air balloons, going up and around all around here. So that's pretty cool. You'll have a front row seat right here if you live in Timber Brook, right there. But inside of Oak Point as well, they've got a zip line place in there. I mean, again, like I said earlier, I mean, you can mess around and get lost in here if you really wanted to. In here in Oak Point, you can do some running, jogging, biking. I've rollerbladed in here before, which is a ton of fun. So you got the amphitheater right there. So I mean, there's a lot to do in there. Okay, so I mean, of course, I've already mentioned, you've got Allen over here, your neighbor to the north side. You've got premium outlets out there. You got your Whole Foods up here. You got Top Golf right there. You've got Rudy's. Where's Rudy's at? Rudy's. It's off of Stacy's right here. Yep, Rudy's. Boom. If you want some good barbecue and especially some good breakfast tacos, you got to hit up Rudy's. Okay, so just a quick note for you there. Okay. I mean, that's. Again, I mean, you've got your Sam's Club. I talked about the grocery stores and everything out here. Once you start getting out here to Parker, you're starting to get a little bit more rural, right? You do have Celebration Park up here. I do show that. I showcase that in a few videos. It's the one with the big, I don't know what to call them other than I call them sails. They look like ship sails, right? So. Here you go. They look like that. They've got those little things all over. They got they got the splash pad. They got all sorts. This park is massive, right? So you got baseball fields. You got some tennis courts out here. You got, I had a buddy come in. My buddy lives in Philadelphia, but he's a rugby guy, and somehow he ended up, having a rugby match out here at Celebration Park. So they got some rugby going on out here. They got a lot of stuff going on. And of course, Allen High School, you've got all this. You've got the natatorium going on over here. You've got a ton. You got the Wake Park Hydrus out here. So if you like doing, flips and all that stuff, if you like your lakes, right? Like I don't know if I mentioned the lakes actually earlier. I meant to, but I don't know if I did. But you've got. Let me talk about it now. So you've got Levon Lake, Louisville Lake, Grapevine Lake, Lake Ray Hubbard. Down here, so if you like that boating lifestyle, right? Dallas has you covered, right? We've got some pretty good lakes out here, especially out here in Rockwall. You can take your boat and dock it out here at the Rockwall Harbor District and come in, have some glorias and do a little dancing maybe if you feel like it. And just have yourself a grand old time, and then hop right back on the boat and go home. All right, so That's a cool little spot right there. That's where I did my first triathlon, by the way. So fun fact about Jimmy right there. But yeah, listen, Timberbrook is, when I just drove through there, obviously the other day, getting the footage for you guys. And I mean, it's beautiful out here. I mean, just having all of these trees and the water, just having this whole nature preserve out here is, I mean, you could literally walk out your front door, go walk, hit this trail right here, boom, and then off you go. And, have yourself a very scenic, run. So if you're pretty active and, this is turning you on right here, all these trails right here that are just waiting for you to go run after them, then, hey, Timberbrook might be the one. So, yeah, with that being said, let me take you around it, and we'll see you in the car. Ranked the #1 best place to raise a family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area by niche.com, Timberbrook is a lovely neighborhood located adjacent to Oak Point Park. Timberbrook knocks it out of the park with online ratings of #1 best neighborhoods for young professionals in Plano, #1 best place to buy a house in Plano, and #1 best place to live in Plano. With a median household income of $116,000 and the median home value of $291,000, very affordable, especially if you are a first-time home buyer. And more than 80% of residents own their homes in here, and 35% of families have children as well. Timberbrook is a short distance, like we mentioned, from the course at Waters Creek Golf Course. You got the Collins Square Greenbelt right there as well, and a short drive from shopping outlets and local businesses. The nationally acclaimed Plano Independent School District serves most of this neighborhood, but some students attend Alton Boyd Elementary School, which is a part of the Allen Independent School District, with every school receiving a B+ or above rating by niche.com. Timberbrook offers access to great public education. All right, before we jump to the next one, hey, if you're finding value from this so far, please tap that thumbs up button down below. It would mean the world to us if you did that. Thank you so much. It certainly helps us out, keeps us motivated to keep dropping videos like this. And of course, if you're thinking about making that move to Plano, you got to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, jump on our calendar. Everything is in the description down below. Make sure you find our contact info and let us know how we can help. All right, so next up, let's talk about Forest Creek Estates right here. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's talk about it. So this one's actually pretty cool. You've got a nice little creek on the back side right here. I saw it when I came in off of Legacy right here. I saw a number of people, running. They had their dogs, the Chisholm Trail right here. And I'm sure they came from all the way over here from Jack Carter Park up here, just following the trail, the Spring Creek right here. That's what it's called, the Spring Creek right there. So there's a little park, right here. There's a little park right here with a little jungle gym, not too big, but enough to there were a couple of families out there with their young ones. There you go. That's what it kind of looks like right there. So you got some water out here. But yeah, really a nice little neighborhood. But let's talk about what's around it, right? So, immediately, you're going to notice Carpenter Park right here. When I was little, I played a bunch of soccer games out there. And I didn't do too, oh yeah, they do have that, the skate park. I didn't do too much swimming out there, so I didn't know that was there. But, yeah, you've got, I played a lot of soccer, so I had a few soccer games out here. I also played soccer up here at Russell Creek right here, so this is another place where they've got a ton of fields out here. They got baseball out here as well. You got Heritage Park out here as well, where they've got some sports fields going on too. But yeah, of course you've got all that, so you can be active. you've got your trails, of course, that can lead you over into Carpenter Park as well. But you've got your Sprouts, your Tom Thumb, are going to be your major grocery stores, your Kroger right there as well. So take your pick. And let's see, you've got over here. I thought there was another one over here. I guess not. Yeah, so it's really the grocery stores are up on the north side up here. Yeah, so let me see. Carpenter, I talked about Carpenter. Oh yeah, so the other thing is you're going to be pretty close over here to Legacy West. So not too far, just maybe 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes on Legacy right here. That'll drop you off at shops at Legacy and Legacy West, where you have a ton. This is like, okay, I mentioned, the old downtown Plano earlier, right? Well, when you talk about, if somebody were to ask me, hey, Jimmy, if I'm in Plano, where do I need to go to hang out, right? To, grab a beer, just hang out, where's like the hot spot, right? This is where I'm going to tell you to go, okay? Legacy West, shops at Legacy, both, it's all kind of the same thing. So Tollway and Legacy is where you want to be, okay? They actually just built I don't know what to call it, just like a bridge, and they did a covering over top, so if it's raining, you can walk across the tollway right there. It looks really nice. But shops at Legacy came first, so they've got the hotel, the Marriott down here. My sister got married down here, so spent some time in that hotel and the bars around it a little bit. So they've got a ton going on. One of my buddies owns the cryotherapy. If you're into that, go say hi to her. Tell her Jimmy sent you, and I'm sure she'd be happy to see it. She's one of the coolest people I've ever met. So make sure you go say hi to her. But and then on the Legacy West side, you've got some more. This is newer, right? So shops at Legacy, like I said, came first, and then Legacy West has been built really pretty recently, and so you've got the Renaissance Hotel over here. A little more fancy on this side, right? But you've got one thing I do want to show you is the Legacy Hall, right? So Legacy Hall, they've got they've got a stage on the back in the courtyard out there, and this isn't your regular food hall at the mall, okay? This is really nice food with some creative chefs out here, who are doing it right? And you can find last time I was there, I had a lobster roll from I forget the name of the spot, but you can find really a ton of different cuisines just in the Legacy Hall right there. So definitely worth checking out. Taking a stroll down the very walking friendly. This is where you've got the fountains and all that. I wonder if it'll show the fountains in here somewhere. Maybe not, but anyway, really cool spot to just come and hang out right there. So that's really close to you. Of course, you've got Children's Medical right there as well. And Jasper High School. This is one of it's the highest rated junior high in all of Plano. So if you go to Jasper, then you'll also go to Plano West, which is kind of that what do you call it? Just that routes that people like to take the most, right? Jasper and Plano West is kind of where the most desirable schooling route that people like to take in Plano. Okay, so great spot right here. Really cool creek behind it. So enough of me talking about it. Let me show you. Let's jump in the car. Not to be confused with the estates of Forest Creek, which we'll talk about next. Forest Creek Estates is another beautiful Plano neighborhood that received the highly desirable status of Platinum Neighborhood from the city of Plano in 2017. Located a 15-minute drive from downtown Plano, Forest Creek Estates has a population of just over 3,000 residents, and much like estates of Forest Creek, with its incredibly low relative crime rate, Forest Creek Estates is one of the safest neighborhoods in Plano. Here, median listed home prices are $450,000, and 96% of residents own their home. According to the Neighborhood Homeowners Association, Forest Creek Estates is also dedicated to beautification. Initiatives by the HOA include planting trees along the neighborhood streets, construction of a gazebo and playground, and maintenance of common and green areas. It's a great neighborhood for families with children. Excellent public schools serve this neighborhood, with schools receiving an 8 or 9 from greatschools.org. Forest Creek Estates is zoned for Carlisle Elementary School, Schimmelfinnig Middle School, and Plano Senior High. All right, next we got to jump up to the estates of Forest Creek right here. So again, you're going to have many of the same amenities that I mentioned earlier, right? So you got your Sprouts, your Kroger, your grocery stores right there. A little bit closer to Russell Creek. You'll also be, Sam Rayburn Tollway is not too far away. You got Baylor right there, Plantation. This is a cool golf course as well up here. The Stonebriar Mall right up here. I didn't mention that last time, but that's right up there as well. You got your Sam's Club, Walmart, Home Depot, Total Wine. You got everything you need up there. Frisco's right here, right? So, off of Preston, the center at Preston Ridge, you got a ton of shopping going on over here as well. And you're talking, within 10 minutes, you can be, really shopping wherever you need to, right? Carpenter Park I mentioned, and then you can get over here to, shops at Willow Bend over here as well, if you'd like. You got Presby on this side, so you've got a lot going on over here on this side. Wait, here we are, but it's really kind of the same as what I talked about before, so we'll spice it up a little bit on the next one. But let me take you in the car and take you around Estates of Forest Creek. Located just a 20-minute drive from downtown in northwest Plano, Estates of Forest Creek is an attractive and vibrant neighborhood. Awarded the status of Platinum Neighborhood by the City of Plano in 2017, residents prize Estates of Forest Creek for its beauty, safety, and thriving community. Priding itself on its diverse ethnic composition, Estates of Forest Creek is home to young families, empty nesters, and retirees alike. Estates of Forest Creek is recognized for its serenity and freedom from crime, and the neighborhood is conveniently adjacent to the Plano Police Substation on the north side. The median home price of Estates of Forest Creek homes is $500,000, with a population just over 4,700 residents. 97% of Estates of Forest Creek residents own their homes. Estates of Forest Creek is serviced by some of the best public schools in the country, receiving a coveted 9 or 10 from greatschools.org. These schools include Matthews Elementary, Schimmelfinnig Middle School, and Plano Senior High. All right, let's jump over to the next neighborhood, which is Glenhollow Estates over here. So let's jump in, let's dive in here. So again, very good location because you've got a ton going on around you. So, immediately you're going to notice the Arbor Hills Nature Preserve. So a little bit smaller than the Oak Point Nature Preserve on the east side, but this one is still very, very popular. You've got a ton of walking trails, running trails. You can bike in here as well. You can do some trail running through here as well. That's what the dotted lines are in here. But as you can see, you can make this as long of a route as you want. So if you need a really solid workout, then you can go around the whole thing if you want, or if you're just looking for something quick and easy, you can do a number of combinations of runs through here. So really cool spot, Arbor Hills Nature Preserve. I've put a few miles in there myself. You've also, if you're want to get the clubs out, you can come down here to the clubs at Prestonwood and knock some balls out right there. You got Presby right here, which I mentioned a little earlier before, but you've got Kroger right here. And listen, this is you got quite a bit going on in and around here. Of course, your Kroger, you got your Academy, Gazebo Burger is really good. Whiskey Cake, oh my goodness, phenomenal right there. Piata, 60 Vines, they've got one of these down at the Crescent downtown. You got your Starbucks, obviously, can't do it without that. And then you've got a ton of stuff going on. Papa's, so Papa's is like they've got a whole thing going on down here, and this smokehouse is pretty good, so you're gonna want to check that out. Chewy's right here, you got to get the Armstrong dip at Chewy's. By the way, that's not on the menu, so this is why you subscribe to this channel right here, so you can learn about things that aren't on the menu, right? So you got your Cinemark right here. A buddy of mine used to work there. Had some good movie hookups there for a while. So if you like movies, then that's literally right across the street from you right here. And then you've got a ton of stuff going on right here. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, Kona Grill. They've got a good happy hour, Kona Grill. You've got let's come down here so you got of course your Target, but let me jump into the shops at Willow Bend right here. So this is a mall right here, pretty good mall. I was actually just in there at Vineyard Vines over there. I was looking for a shirt. They didn't have the color I wanted, but that's all right. But this mall is pretty good. You got some high end stuff in here. You got this is where the Equinox is, by the way. So definitely, if that's your gym, then you can get in there. You got a ton going on over here as well. A bunch of food right here. So Prestonwood Christian, that's a school. So you've got senior privileges, if you remember that from high school. At least we had them down here. You got a ton of options down here for the kids to come get Raising Cane's, Five Guys, Whataburger. You got your LA Fitness down here. Lion Stadium. This stadium is this is how they do it down in Texas, right? So you can see that. So that's how we do it. But let me see what else do we have, right? Again, Legacy West isn't going to be too far away. We'll get up in here when we get to the next neighborhood. But you're really right here in the thick of it here when you're at Glenhollow Estates. Pretty close to quite a few things right here, and not to mention it's pretty beautiful in here as well. So with that being said, let me actually take you through there, and we'll see you in the car. With a stunning curb appeal due to its elegant trees and neat lawns, Glenhollow Estates is another neighborhood that received the coveted status of a platinum neighborhood by the city of Plano in 2017. Located about 20 minutes from downtown Plano, Glenhollow Estates is nestled between the Arbor Hills Nature Preserve and loads of local amenities, including restaurants, bars, a Cinemark, and the Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Plano. This neighborhood sidewalks are great for dog walking, and the local homeowners association provides free doggy bags around the Coyote Creek Park. The homeowners association also hosts many fun neighborhood events, including seasonal and summer block parties, which are a blast. And here, house prices range between $400,000 and $500,000. Median list price of homes in Glenhollow Estates is $535,000. And like other platinum status neighborhoods, Glenhollow Estates has a low relative crime rate and access to great public schooling. With 4 public schools, Glenhollow Estates students feed into Barksdale Elementary, Renner Middle School in Plano West, Senior High, and each of these schools receives a 7 or higher rating from greatschools.org. All right, before we go on to the next one, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if this has been helpful. You know, feel free to leave me a thank you. I love those. Gratitude is the attitude, my friends. So would love to hear from you guys, or if you have any comments, questions, statements, whatever you'd like to share, let me know down in the comments. All right, but let's talk about Kings Ridge right now. So this is actually a pretty new or a newer neighborhood right here. Very beautiful on the inside, as you will soon see. And yeah, you've got the creek running through this one. Of course, again, very close to Arbor Hills down there. And but this one, you're going to be pretty close over here. So this is actually the Colony on the north side of SRT right here. So this is where the Nebraska Furniture Mart is. You know, that's that huge furniture store that you might have seen. You've got Shields right here, which is a sporting goods store. You got some go-karting as well. Lava Cantina, they do some concerts out there. Yeah, those are pretty cool. You got the Jurassic World, the dinosaurs, you know, good for the kids and everything out there. Hard 8 barbecue. Listen, if you want some barbecue in Texas, you got to go to Hard 8. You can't go wrong with Hard 8, all right? So that's probably the second best, and they do have a couple around town. There is one that is rated the best barbecue in Dallas. I can't give that one away on video. Sorry, guys. I got to keep that one because I live pretty close by, and I don't want it getting too crowded. So, you know, I only share that one with clients. So if you want to know the best one, then we'll help you find your home, and then I'll share that one with you. All right. Shoot, I'll probably join you. We can chow down on some good barbecue. All right. But yeah, you've got 5-star over here. This is another. I played many a soccer game out here as well. But yeah, again, another commercial hub right here. You know, you got your Kroger, Target. I don't mention the M word over here. That's nasty. You got a 24-hour fitness over here. And, you know, yeah, I mean, you've got a lot going on around here as well. You know, I used to actually work right here, JP Morgan. So that's where I used to work back in the day. And, yeah, you got Toyota right here as well, Frito-Lay, Ericsson. What is the name of this? It's the shopping store. Oh, my goodness. What is it called? JCPenney. There it is, JCPenney. That's where their headquarters is. Right there. So if you're working at any of these, then Kings Ridge might be a great option for you. They've got some really cool homes in here as well. And yeah, of course, again, you got Legacy West literally right there as well. Maybe a $5 Uber. You know, if you plan on, you know, going and having a few drinks at dinner or something, you know, cheap Uber ride to get you back home, right? So yeah, Sunset Park, you got the Pin Stack right here as well if you need some fancy bowling. You know, I talked about some of these already before. If you need a new Mercedes or a Lexus right here. This is actually where my dad bought his car, the Lexus, Park Place Lexus right there. So if you need a new car, you can get set up right there. Sewell, by the way, if you get a chance, Sewell has the best service in the whole state, maybe the country. I don't know. I mean, Sewell is no joke when it comes to service. So you're gonna pay a little extra for it, but they do go above and beyond. So if that's what you're looking for, then Sewell, you know, any Sewell dealership, you can't go wrong right there. Okay. Let me see. Anything else? Am I missing anything? Stonebriar Country Club. You know, you got that up here. You know, the country club. It's gonna either be between Stonebriar or Glen Eagles over here. Those are going to be the two main ones over there. So, you know, we can have that conversation of the pros and cons if you want to get into the weeds of that later on. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm excited to show you Kings Ridge, so let's jump in the car. Identified as a hidden gem by Plano Magazine in 2017, Kings Ridge is highly rated by its residents for its peaceful setting, great location, friendly neighborhoods, and beautiful ponds. Located in far west Plano, Kings Ridge borders the Arbor Nature Preserve and has nearby access to Texas Health Presby Hospital and numerous shopping outlets along Communications Parkway. In 2016, Kings Ridge was bestowed platinum status by the city of Plano, particularly for the efforts by the Kings Ridge Homeowners Association to boost its engagement with residents through community events. Recognized for its beauty, Kings Ridge also features 2 fountain ponds, hilly vistas, and tree-lined walkways. The median list price of homes in Kings Ridge is $575,000. Now, unlike many other Plano neighborhoods, King Ridge is serviced in part by Lewisville ISD, a premier school district in Texas. Schools in the immediate area include Tom Hicks Elementary, receiving a 9 out of 10 from Great Schools, Arbor Creek Middle School, receiving an 8 out of 10, and Hebron High School, receiving a 7 out of 10. All right, are you ready for the next one? Did you leave that comment yet? I don't know. I'm waiting on it. All right, so let's go to the next one. I'm gonna blow your mind right here. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something that nobody else really knows just yet. But all right, so Lakeside on Preston. Okay, this neighborhood is beautiful. Okay, this is right. We'll talk about the number one here in a moment. But yeah, listen. The thing that I'm gonna blow your mind with is right here. You see, it doesn't say anything what's going on right here. That's because it was just leveled, right? And they're building something on it. And what they're building, drum roll please, they're building the first H-E-B, that mega grocery store that's really popular in more South Texas, like Houston, San Antonio. Currently, they're bringing that chain up here to Dallas, and this is going to be the first location right here. Okay, so yeah, Lakeside is a beautiful spot. You've got some really cool restaurants in here. Seabreeze, Breadwinners. You've got Taverna Rosa, Mi Cocina right there. Weir's Furniture. You got some good shopping over here. Yeah, Preston. Yeah, where is it? Preston and yeah. Oh, here it is. Yep, this is the one right here. You got your Whole Foods right there as well. This whole center right here, Preston and Park, oh my goodness, you got everything. I mean, all of this is just jam-packed with stuff right here. REI, Trader Joe's, I guess it's called Preston Town Crossing, right? I just call it Preston and Park. You got your Studio Movie Grill over here. You got Katy Trail Ice House Outpost. So that's different than Katy Trail Ice House, which is down in Uptown, which is actually on the Katy Trail. So they built the Outpost version up here in Plano. They've got, that's a good Texas feel, Texas bar right there. Plano Athletic Club, over here you've got Nordstrom Rack, Marshall's, Market Street, that's another grocery store right there. Velvet Taco, that's a great taco joint right there. So you've got a lot of shopping right here that you can do off of Preston Road. Preston Road, of course, is one of the most popular streets. One of the best streets in Dallas. I mean, it literally goes from it goes all the way down here. It ends at Armstrong down here in Highland Park, right? Armstrong? Yep, Armstrong. It ends right here and it turns into Oak Lawn right there. But it'll go, you see 289? That's Preston, 289. We're still going, Preston. And this thing goes all the way up to the Red River up here. I'm telling you, like you see 289, boom, all the way up to Preston, Texas, up there at the Red River up there. So that's Preston Road for you, one of the major streets in Dallas, of course. So anytime you're living off of Preston Road, you're in a good spot, probably. Okay, so but it is absolutely beautiful on the inside. You've got the lake right here. They do fill it with some fish in there, so you can do some catch and release in there. You got the community park in here, the nature area, of course, as well. So yeah, I mean, you've got I mean, it's just beautiful in here, and you've got some really nice homes in here as well. But yeah, of course, you're gonna have Gleneagles Country Club. This is one of the more premier country clubs in Dallas right there. You've got Plano West literally right around the corner. This is going to be the best high school, at least by ratings, in Plano. So I mean, your kid could, ride their bike to school type of thing, So obviously always super cool. When that happens, yeah, you've got, Hospital, Presby right there. I thought there was another one closer. Yeah, here's another one up here. Children's up there, just up the creek right there as well. Okay, so let me see. Am I missing anything else? Yeah, I mean, other than being really close to the tollway, again, you're gonna have access to all this over here by the Whiskey Cake the shops at Willow Bend over here. You're gonna have all the access to all that, and you're gonna have the shopping over here at Preston and Park. And some more shopping. You got a little bit right here, a little spillover right there. You're going to be close to Carpenter Park over here on this side, of course, as well. You got your Walmart, you got your Pluckers. Man, we used to knock out some Pluckers. They've got some of the best wings in town right there, Pluckers. So you definitely got to check that out. But yeah, I think that should do it for this. That gives you a pretty good idea. But yeah, I think I gotta show you this one. You're really gonna get it when you see it right here. So let's jump in the car and I'll take you for a spin. Lakeside on Preston is a stunning neighborhood with beautiful architectural designs, wonderful landscaping, lush lawns, and excellent sidewalks. Considered one of the best neighborhoods in the DFW area, Lakeside on Preston has unbeatable local amenities. Whether you prefer a morning jog or to relax by the pool, Preston on Lakeside boasts access to a community clubhouse, neighborhood swimming pool, tennis and basketball courts, a private 15-acre park, jogging trails, a creek, and much more. A newer community of Plano, Lakeside on Preston features large, competitively priced homes. The median sale price of homes in Lakeside on Preston is $825,000. Residents of this community have access to top-rated public schools that are part of the Plano ISD. All right, last but not least, but before that, did you drop a comment yet? Did you tap the like button down below? I hope so. Let's talk about Willow Bend. Now, this is the best neighborhood, really, that's kind of widely known in all of Plano. If you tell anybody really in Dallas that, yeah, I live in Willow Bend, they're going to know what you're talking about, okay? So you don't even have to say Plano. You can say I live in Willow Bend, and they'll know what that means, okay? So, yeah, surrounding Gleneagles Country Club right here. So, you'll notice you have a few different names right here. Pebble Brook at Willow Bend, Meadows of Willow, Meadows of Gleneagles, Enclave, Corinthian, Creeks of Willow Bend, all this stuff, right? So, Willow Bend Country right here. This is I'm gonna take you around Champions Beacon Crest Road right here. You'll see that road when we drive through it. Some beautiful homes in here, surrounding the golf course as well. So you got some golf course access on some of these homes as well, which is awesome. And really cool, unbelievable neighborhood. I mean, I was very fortunate to grow up and had some friends who lived in here, and we had a ton of fun. We would go out here and mess around on the golf course when we were little. When the sun was setting, and people, no golf balls were flying around our heads or anything. So, we did everything right. We were safe the whole time, right? But obviously a ton of fun. You got some big houses in here as well. So if it's in your budget, then Willow Bend, is definitely got to be on the top of your list for sure. So of course, again, Lakeside on Preston is right just north of you, right there. Preston. Plano West. I was trying to say Preston West, but I knew that wasn't right. So Plano West, right there. Renner Middle School, right there. Right next to each other. Again, your kid could, ride their bike. If I could talk today, that'd be awesome. It's been a long video. Hope you're still with me here. But listen. Willow Bend is a fantastic neighborhood. Of course, you're going to be right next to the tollway, right next to George Bush Turnpike right here. This dog park, North Bark, is actually pretty cool over here. So you've got some good views over there. It's all fancy, and you got some good people down there as well. So, of course, really close to your Costco. You got your Whole Foods right around the corner, Trader Joe's. What's the spot we used to come over? So we would play. So I'd play at Glen Eagles Country Club, probably I don't know, maybe four times a year. And afterwards, we all come over here. What is the Mexican restaurant that's over here? I forget what it's called. Blue Goose. Here it is. Boom. Yeah, we all come over to Blue Goose after. So have some margaritas, and goes down smooth after a good battle with the boys at Glen Eagles. So. Willow Bend, you've got some really nice homes in here. Great location. You're going to be on this, of course, southwest tip of Plano right here. So if you need to get down to downtown Dallas, then boom, you just jump on the tollway and you're straight down there. And that's going to be a 20 minute drive, not a 25-minute like you are up here, right? So. That's always good when you can cut the time down. All right. So again, enough of me talking. Let me show it to you. You're going to like Willow Bend. Willow Bend is a highly desirable neighborhood in West Plano, located near numerous local amenities. Willow Bend residents are a short drive from the shops at Willow Bend, Preston Park Village, and Berkeley Square. Willow Bend also boasts a gated entrance and easy access to the nearby Glen Eagles Country Club, Glen Eagles Athletic Club, and a myriad of greenbelts, public parks, and jogging paths. With a wide range of architectural styles and great sidewalks, the neighborhood is perfect if you are searching for a single-family home. Containing more than 1,700 houses, Willow Bend has a typical lot size of anywhere from 0.15 to a full 1 acre lot, and housing prices range from $600,000 and can get up into the multi-million-dollar range. And a testament to Willow Bend's status as a terrific location for families, Willow Bend children attend public schools with nationwide recognition. Part of the Plano Independent School District, these schools include Brinker Elementary, Renner Middle School, and Plano West Senior High, many of which have received national Blue Ribbon awards. All right, so that wraps up our tour on Plano, Texas. We hope you found it helpful. We put a lot of work into it, so thank you for sticking around until the end. If you did, please tap that thumbs up button down below and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't done that already. And of course, if you're looking to make a move to Plano or any of the surrounding suburbs, then be sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, jump on our calendar. If you want to jump straight to a Zoom call with us, it's all in the description below. Of course, we can't help everybody, but the only way to find out is if you reach out. So give us a call, and we look forward to having a conversation with you. And of course, if you don't know where to go from here, then you should see some videos popping up on the end screen. Right now, they can point you in the right direction. Of course, like I said, we've done a ton of different styles of videos. So if you're looking to learn more about what it's like living in Dallas, Texas, well, this is the channel for you. So whichever one of those is popping out to you on the end screen right now, be sure to click on that. And until the next video, I'll see you around town.